you guys here on TikTok, I am streaming on YouTube with a new platform. So that way you guys can see both the chart and me at the same time. So yeah, I may not be able to see your comments because I'm going to be reading some of these, going through some of these, but here's the thing. I'm going to finish up these reads from last night, and I'm going to start with Renee White. Let me get your chart pulled up here, and then I'll flip the camera around so you guys can see what I'm looking at, unless you want to go to YouTube and watch. But I do want to say this. Thank you for being so patient with me last night, guys. Make sure that you guys are following all your favorite creators on all of their social media platforms, guys, because you never know when one social media platform or the other is going to go kaput. Okay. I'm feeling a little better today. Thank you. I have a pretty gnarly migraine, so I've been taking all the meds. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right. You guys ready? So here we go. Let's look at. So this right here is Miss Renee, and she just asked me, what is it I need to know about my chart? So first of all, you are another one that has everything pointed up there to the Vesta in retrograde. Everything is down in your first three houses. Holy crap. Okay. So the thing that stands out to me the first immediately, A, happy late birthday, my Capricorn friend. But B, I see down here that you're the only placement you have that's in your fourth house, which is your foundation and, you know, who you are, your family, et cetera, what's important to you is your sun sign. So you are really, really governed by that house. I know you have a whole bunch of things in your third house, and that one technically is one that's going to rule the majority of your chart, because you have 5 placements in your third house. But the fact that your sun sign is its own little entity right there is interesting. The other thing I find interesting is both your sun and your moon are 11 degrees in Capricorn, third and fourth house. So, woo, all right. We gotta look at some stuff. So guys, let me tell you this, because I see some of you guys are asking about how do you get me to do one of these for you and so on. So here's the thing. First of all, don't put any information like birth date, etc. in the chat, because you don't want people to get a hold of that. No matter if your credit's shit or not, trust me, they will make your life living hell. You don't want them to get a hold of that. But second, I'm going to start doing a theme every week, because on Fridays I do astrology readings. Thursdays I do artwork, etc. So this next week coming up is Star Seeds. It's Starseed week. So there are tickets available on the site if you guys would like me to either do a Starseed reading for you, or if you would like me to do a Starseed sigil for you. Those are on my website. You can go to the link tree and get a reading. Otherwise, right now I'm finishing up my reads from last night, because I needed an adult to proofread, and instead of doing 25 reads, I did 45. And yeah. So let's look here. I'm going to look at something real quick, because the thing I notice here, there's a lot of fire, and there's a lot of earth, and there's not much air at all. Okay, that's better than I thought it was going to be, because when I said there's not much air, that's way better than I thought it was going to be. So the thing about this right here, you tend to rush forward without thinking. Okay. See that cardinal sign right here? There's 53% is your cardinal sign, and then you have 33 being the mutable with change and endings and so on. And then having 33% of your signs in a fire sign, yeah, you rush forward. So what is it you need to know? Let me look down here at a few things. Oh. So here's what I noticed right off the bat. Okay, see up here? None of those things really matter that much. That's not what we're looking at. Look at that. Every single placement you have is in your northern hemisphere, which are things that you do subconsciously. Every single thing you do in this life is subconscious. You do it without thinking. See over here? Every single sign you have is in the east, which is what you put out into the universe. Nothing that we're looking at today is in the west, which is what you take in. I need to look at some of your Saturn placements. Okay. All right. A sextile with both. I mean, your sun and your moon are sextile with Saturn. Okay. All right. So here's what you need to know, Shug. You are absolutely a generator. You are, I hesitate to say mirror because that's not quite it. You are a generator. The fact that everything you do is subconscious, it's pre-planned. Everything you do is put out into the universe. You don't take anyone else's energy. So what you do is you literally you put things out into the universe. So, Miss Renee, here's what I would say about this. Knowing that you are a generator, knowing that you put all of this stuff out into the universe, you need to make sure that you pay attention to what it is you're sending out. Every single thing you send out is already pre-planned. It's already pre-planned. You have a very specific karmic path in this life to walk. And the thing is, it's not even your karma that affects you the most. What's affecting you the most is being karma for other people. And it's not even you're bringing this karma down on there or anything like that. Okay. What it is you being in the right place at the right time to ensure that someone else's karma starts to set into motion, good or bad. You're literally a karmic generator. You're a karmic generator. So that's what you need to know, Miss Renee. To be honest, I think that's an honor. I would not take that as anything bad. I think that's an honor. All right. So let me go on. See who's next here. Nikki. All right. Let me get you on here. I don't know. I have your chart or not. Okay. So let me get you a new chart. Sass has me all fucked up because she says I type too loud. Because I sound like the secretary from Ghostbusters. Got me all messed up about it. All right. So let me change this here. All right. So what do you need to know? What stands out? Gotcha. Well, the very first thing that stands out is there are no placements from your 7th through your 12th house. Like everything is down here. All of the things down here, the 1st to the 6th house, govern your divine feminine, your divine masculine. They govern your family. They govern your foundations. They govern all of the home things, all of the interior things about you. The 7th through the 12th house, all this up here, governs everything outside of that. Your spirituality, your career, your goals, how you learn, what you're driven to learn. So that right there, seeing that there's nothing on the top, and also seeing that your sun is in Virgo along with your Mercury, which actually was in retrograde when you were born. So Mercury retrograde is a good thing for you. I find it very interesting that your Saturn is in Leo. Okay. So I do love this. I love that this here is pretty decently balanced. Um, when you're looking at the qualities at the cardinal, the fixed, and the mutable signs, you don't really want to see your cardinal signs being massive and the rest of them being small. You want to see something like this. See how this is like 26%, 33, and 40. I know that's not equally balanced, but this is pretty balanced. It means you have a healthy dose of, I want to move forward, I have ambitions, I have goals. You also have a healthy dose of, okay, now I know that I need to knuckle down and get the things done. And then the 40% there is in your mutable signs, which is being able to adapt to change and end things and go on. I also love that your elements over there, this here, 33% of that is fire. That is passion and drive, meaning that even when you're in those fixed areas where you're like, all right, I got to knuckle down, I got to do the things, even when you're in the fixed area, you still have the passion to move forward. I like that your earth is 20. I like that your air is 20. And I like that your water is 26 because that gives you the perfect mix of being grounded, of being able to process things intellectually, and of really listening to your intuition at the right time. Your delineation map's interesting. All right. Everything you're doing in this life is pre-planned too. See that? Every one of your signs is right there. Awesome. Okay. But yours is a little different over here. What you put out are your divine masculine, your divine feminine, your personal power, and your emotions. So you need to be really careful about putting out too much emotionally. But over here, the things you take in, this right here, I feel like is what you need to know the most. This is what affects you the most on a day-to-day basis. Other people's energy, as far as their overall energy when they come at you, like, and come at you is not the right words, but you know what I'm saying. When you meet someone, their overall energy, that sun sign energy, being being an earth sign, you're going to be more sensitive to water signs. They're going to be either somebody that you absolutely adore or somebody that is your arch nemesis. So you're going to be very, very sensitive to other people's sun signs. The one that you really want to pay attention to is that second one right there. This one here. That is your Mercury. That is your communication. You are extremely sensitive to other people's communications. So I would bet also being an earth sign, communication is important to you. Like you always need to know what's going on. The fact that your Pluto is there too tells me that you are very, very sensitive to how other people perceive that you look. I don't think that you care how other people think you look, but you're sensitive to it at the same time. You overthink it too much. So the fact that you're extremely sensitive to other people's energy, you need to be very careful when you're out and about, because seeing that your moon is over there that you put out, it means that you could easily, thank you, Miss Joy, for the flowers. It means that you could easily end up overwhelmingly putting out emotions because you're absorbing other people's sun signs. Let me look at something real quick here. That's the thing that stood out to me the most right there. Yeah. That's the thing that stood out to me the most. So what you need to do is just make sure you have your energy protected. Okay. Does that make sense? You're going to be super sensitive to other people's energy, especially water signs. Okay. I know somebody was asking about what software this is, and I'll happily tell you, but here's the thing. I saw somebody was like, oh, it's easy to read. It is not. This is a professional software that you have to know what everything means, because if you don't, you're not going to understand any of this. It does not give you any information at all. If you guys are just learning astrology or you're wanting to learn astrology, I highly recommend starting in a place like Cafe USA, not Cafe USA, Cafe Astrology. Cafe USA is a place down the street. Cafe Astrology. With their charts, they literally will print everything out for you. The good thing about it, A, it's free, and B, because it prints everything out, you can see how this affects this, and this affects this, and this affects this, and this house and that house. There is so much to astrology, and a lot of it is memorization. I'm not gonna lie. But there's also other softwares out there that will help teach you astrology. It will help show you all the things. So what I love the layout of this one too. Don't get me wrong. I love the layout of this one too. I want to say it's Astro. This is not the one I use that I'm using here. There's the one, I want to say it's Astrolab. I'll have to look. I have a membership to this other one and I never use it, but I like the layout like this. But it actually explains some things as you're going. This one is just a basic, here's the wheel, here's the layout. But if you don't know how any of this affects the other things, then it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It's a waste of money. And I'm all about, I mean, not that I don't want y'all to spend money, but so I'm just saying, learn from my mistakes, because I have bought a couple of software packages before I was really ready to delve into them. And when I got in, I was like, I don't understand what any of this shit means. I don't understand what any of this shit means. So yeah, so this is Luna. And it's pretty cheap, but like I said, there's nothing to explain anything to you. So it's literally just the basic, all of the symbols. If you don't know what the symbols are, if you don't know how they affect each other, it's cool to look at, but that's it. You know what I mean? So, all right, let me get next here. Judy, if you guys are wanting to learn astrology, I'm just going to let you know it's a road. It's a road. You need to be doing it on a daily basis. And just know that it's memorization. It's over and over. You know what I mean? All right. So Judy is also, what does she need to know? All right, here we go. Aw, I love that. Yeah, what's really funny. Hey, Daphne Pooh, how are you? So what's really funny is I said forever that I would not do astrology, like it was the thing I didn't want to do. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it, even though I actually have astrologers in my family line. I had a great uncle who was an astrologer in California for his entire life. Had a crazy amount of clients, and the man was so in tune. It was insane. But I didn't want to be that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And here we are. It's my favorite thing to do now. It's my favorite thing to do. But it is what it is. So, all right, Miss Judy, what do you need to know? Well, first of all, you have a massive X marks the spot right there in the middle of that chart. Right there. So this is between your Pluto and your Saturn, your Jupiter, your personal power, and your Neptune. Okay. 2 of those are in retrograde, 2 of them are not. So this is kind of some balance. Your Saturn is your karma. It's right here. Your Saturn is your karma. Your Jupiter is your personal power. Your Pluto is how you look to other people, how you appear to other people. And your Neptune up here is your goals, your hopes, your dreams, etc. And it's in retrograde. So here's what this tells me. This X marks the spot here. This is a conjunction of the things that you have to accomplish in this life. Karmically, you're here to overcome. It's almost like your soul never feels good enough, even though you know you are good enough. Does that make sense? Having this right here in retrograde connected to that, and your Vesta, and your, oh God, you just never ever feel like you're good enough. You never feel like you belong. You never feel like you're ever going to have everything you need to be perfect. And at the same time, you know that you don't need to be perfect. It's kind of it's a conundrum. Let me say it that way. It's a conundrum. This is something your soul has gone through repeatedly. And I have a feeling because, see also what I'm looking at too, like these are small numbers right here. Look, 5, 1. See what I mean? Those are like smaller numbers. To me, that signifies that your soul has been through this a long time. This is something your soul has to do and has been having to do. I have a feeling that this is the life that you finally accomplish that. Because I also have a feeling that you've hit the point in your life where you're like, fuck it, I don't care. And so every time that rears its head, you kind of tell it, I don't care. It's almost like you're browbeating it into submission. You know what I mean? As it pops up that I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not this, I'm not that. Every time that pops into your head, it's like you remind yourself, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. This is your life. You're going to overcome that. The other thing right here that is your Jupiter to your Neptune. The thing that signifies to me is that this is the life where you came here to accomplish all kinds of tiny things. Tiny things. Your soul still expects you to do major, massive things. And you feel like you haven't ever done enough. And being a Gemini, yeah, so even though I'm not a Gemini, so Geminis and Capricorns get along like nobody's business, right? Every Gemini I know feels like they have to do things more and more and more and more and more. So I would bet that your soul does miraculous things every single fucking life. And in this life, you have all of these little teeny tiny things to accomplish and to overcome. So you're fighting with yourself in that you have all of these massive things that you feel like you need to do. But you don't have to. You've married 2 Capricorns. That's funny. I have, every time I have a Gemini come into my life, not romantically, but like friend-wise, like we are instant best friends. Like instant best friends. So I love me some Geminis. That's why I don't understand why some signs get a bad rap. If you understand how those signs are, how their personality, the main overview of their personality traits, then there's no reason for you to hate any specific sign. So that's what cracks me up when people are like, oh, I hate Geminis. I'm like, fuck it, why? I love me some fucking Geminis. I am on team Gemini all the way. I got you, Geminis. I stick up for you. I got you. I understand you. I got you. But here's the thing, Miss Judy. Don't stress about all of these things that you feel like you have to accomplish. You don't. You're accomplishing so many, so many little teeny tiny amazing things. So many amazing things. You're getting all of these things off your plate. Don't stress about them, okay? Just continue accomplishing all the little tiny things and you got it, honey, okay? That's the main thing that stood out to me. Like, bam, right away. That right there. That's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. There are lots of you Geminis here. Makes me happy. I love you. All right, let me fix this real quick. All right. I'm gonna check in the ones that I just did. All right. Now we're on to Anthony. Let me get Anthony's chart done and then I'll flip the camera back around here. I don't think I pulled his before. Well, I can try. Thank you guys for all the flowers and the love. I appreciate it. All right. Yeah, I figured so. I figured so. Let me see here. Let me answer Judy's question here. let me answer Judy's question here real quick. No, you are not balanced. You are so damn logical that it's not even funny. You are so logical, it's not even funny, which is why you feel like you have to do all of these big things. But remember how I was saying that you came here to do all these tiny things and to get some stuff done? That's literally right here. See how almost your whole chart is mutable signs. You are here to end things, to get them done, to get them off your plate. But so that actually works out in your favor that you are lined up as far as all of your air being the majority of your chart. Okay. These are pretty even here. So yeah, for what your soul is here to do this time, Miss Judy, this is exactly perfect. This is exactly perfect. Okay. That help? All right, there we go. Well, okay. So the first thing that stands out to me is this right here. This Jupiter being in retrograde in the 12th house and the Pluto being in retrograde in the 12th house. The Pluto is the one that stands out to me the most because that right there signifies that there is no personal power here. He feels like he has no personal power in this life. But yet it's brimming because it's in that 12th house, which is your spiritual path. So he feels like he has all of this stuff to accomplish, to do, and wants to do, but can't do any of it. And he's in Aries, which means that he feels like he has to do these things. Okay. Gotcha. Hey, how are you, love? So I see some of you guys are asking like how to get one of these done. Every Friday I do Astrolicious and I do astrology reads and so on. But I'm going to start doing a theme for the week, and I'll be on and off throughout the week doing different readings and so on. This next week is star seeds. So yeah, I'll be doing starseed readings throughout the week and starseed coordinate sigils throughout the week. So if you guys wanted to know where your soul is from in the universe, I got you. All right. You can get tickets on my website. I do them first come, first serve. So the other thing I find very interesting about Anthony's chart is that his Saturn is down there in Pisces. His Mercury is in Aries as well. So don't argue with Anthony. Because being an Aries and having his communication style in Aries, yeah, that's a slice and dice tongue. That's a slice and dice tongue right there. Oh, that's so funny. Doomsday stuff for the 24th. Well, we'll have to talk about that. I'll tell you what, guys, we will talk about the doomsday stuff for the 24th tonight on the Bodhiverse. How about that? Because tonight on the Bodhiverse, I have actually one of my favorite creators, the Green Witch, is going to be on. And I didn't know this when I booked her, but guess what? Today is her birthday. I'm stoked. Okay. She cracks me the fuck up. So I'm super excited to have her on. So we'll talk about that tonight because she is also a reader here on TikTok. We're going to talk about spirituality, how she got into stuff. And then we're going to talk about some things. And one of her topics that she wants to talk about is like supernatural aspects and so on. So we will absolutely talk about the doomsday stuff tonight because I keep seeing all of this shit about the 21st, the 24th, the blah, blah, blah. I'm like, y'all. All right. So the Bodhiverse is here on TikTok and YouTube. And now that I've got this new streaming software to work with on YouTube that actually fucking works, woohoo, it will be on both. So you guys will be able to watch both. Okay. So let's get back to Anthony real quick here. Because I only have a little bit of time to catch up some of these. And then I have to get around from the Bodhiverse. Whoa. So first of all, I love this. I love that this is almost a peace sign. And I love that it's 40, 40, and 20. What I said whoa about was this. Almost half of his chart is fire. So the other thing that stood out, okay, so almost half of his chart is fire, meaning that he has so much energy he cannot stand himself. And being that his earth is the smallest part of his chart, he stays in a constant state of being ungrounded. Hey, Kathy, are you still here? Because I have a question. He stays in a constant state of being ungrounded. Is this your kiddo that has epilepsy? Because the reason I ask is seeing all that fire, seeing the earth so little on there, it's almost like he's unable to ground. And the fact that his moon is in the water signs, he's insanely connected. He's insanely connected. I don't feel like he lives really in this realm at all. I think that's why he doesn't understand people. He doesn't understand things. He doesn't understand, like, even if he was Okay. Sensory integration dysfunction. Gotcha. Okay. So he is never going to be a soul that fully belongs in this realm. He's here to learn a karmic lesson. And this is not something bad. It's something that all of us have to learn. We all have a life where we have to accept that we really don't have personal power. And that is this life for him. What sucks is that, like I said, he is so damn connected. It's not even funny. He is so insanely connected. It's not even funny. Yeah. He's extremely connected. So here's the thing. I would absolutely pay attention when he says, hey, I had a dream about this. I had a dream about that. I feel like this might happen. I feel like that might happen. I would absolutely pay attention to all of that. All of it. Like give some weight to that. And also give weight and acknowledge the fact when he says that he doesn't feel either like he belongs here or that he has anything at all that has to do with his personal power. Does that make sense? He absolutely travels. He absolutely travels. He's not grounded here. So I have another weird question for him. Does he sometimes feel like, and you may not know this because he may not tell you, sometimes people that stay in a constant state of being ungrounded almost feel like they're gonna fall continually. It's almost like their feet don't stick to the ground the way that other people's feet stick to the ground. Like they don't have the friction that keeps them here. They feel like they're gonna float off. So yeah. Yeah, he's in a constant state of being ungrounded, of not feeling like he's completely tethered here to the earth. So yeah. And it makes him angry and he can't explain why he's angry. If that makes sense. If that makes sense. Well, I'm trying to pull my list up. There we go. Like I'm just trying to pull my list up. All right. Let me get through some of these. I'm going to move my brachiated jasper over because it's where I can't see something. There's not really a lot you can do to make it better. That's the thing that sucks. It's something that he has to overcome in this life. All you can really do is be there for him as he goes through this. You being there is what matters the most. All right, Miss Nancy Parrish, ready? So, guys, especially for those of you, thank you, Miss Kathy. I appreciate that. Guys, make sure that you follow my top people there, Miss Kathy. Guys, a lot of you, especially those of you that have kids, some of the kiddos that are in the millennial and Gen Z category, they don't feel like they belong here. Those kiddos are given to certain parents for a reason. Those kids have something very intense to do here in this life. This is why a lot of them feel like either they don't belong here, they can't stay here. That's two different feelings. They don't know who they are. They're having problems finding who they are. Yeah. And it's just your job to help guide them. Okay. Hey, Catherine, you are so welcome for the jar necklace, sweetheart. I'm so glad that you liked it. All right, let's talk about Miss Nancy here. And Nancy's is retrogrades. Okay, what words? What retrogrades? Okay, so when you were born, you had Pluto in retrograde. Oh, in Virgo. Oh, honey. Okay. So that right there, when I see someone's Pluto in retrograde, you feel the best when Pluto is in retrograde, which it is not right now. Pluto takes a long time to go back and forth. Pluto's orbit is like 248 years. So Pluto is the planet of, trying to think of the right words. It's like how you feel you look to other people, your outer self, your outer beauty. Um, so when Pluto is in retrograde in someone's chart, it tells me that you continually struggle with how you feel you look. You never quite feel like you look good enough. Every now and then you do. Every now and then you feel like, oh my God, I look fantastic in that picture, or I feel like I look great today, or whatever. But you struggle so much. Even if you had your ideal body, if you had your ideal hair, your ideal face, if you felt, if you could go through and go, okay, I'm going to design the perfect me, and then you got to put your consciousness into the perfect you, you would still not feel good enough. There would be something. You would still not feel good enough. So people that have their Pluto in retrograde, they have the hardest time with how they look. Then you also have your Neptune in retrograde, which is right there. You have your Neptune in retrograde. That means that you have a problem setting your goals and intentions for what you want to do. So I would bet that, let me look at something real quick. I would bet that you have a hard time making up your mind about certain things. Yep. Wow. I know this isn't retrogrades, but Nancy, it's really rare that I see someone completely balanced. Look at that. All of it's 33, 33, 33. Your qualities are complete balance, honey. That's fantastic. Like, seriously, that right there isn't common at all in any way, shape, or form. I also think this is interesting too, right there. This is why you can never make up your mind. The earth and the water right there. Because you have 33% of your chart is earth and 40% is water, meaning that you will, when you do make up your mind, you literally stick your feet in the ground and you are not fucking budging until you decide you're going to budge off of that. But that 40% being in water right there tells me that you are constantly shifting with your intuition back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, constantly. So this is why you have a problem narrowing it down. This is what I want to do with my life. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. You know what I mean? So yeah. That help? I see a lot of you guys are asking about tickets and so on. Let me see here, because I did have them where you could book a private one on the website. So let me make sure that that's up there, because I just started doing private appointments again. There we go. I forget that I can, do things by category. So I don't have this specific one on there, but I'll tell you what, I will make sure that it gets on there. You guys can book a birth chart reading, and you can book a what's holding you back, like astrology reading. But I will happily put it on there, because I know some people are like, hey, I just want to know what's up with, this person, they asked me to marry them or whatever. It's always good to know about someone astrologically. And I know people make fun of people that do that all the time, but I'll tell you what, if I had known about some things in, both of my ex-husband's charts, I don't know that I would have married them. I don't know that I would have married them. It is what it is. It is what it is, right? So I will put that up as a reading for you guys. And no, you don't have to know their birth time. Okay. In fact, all the readings I do, you don't have to know your birth time. The only thing that your birth time really, really affects is your rising. Thank you, love. Your ascendant. So your ascendant is basically what you put out to people. So yeah, unless you really, really just want to know what do people think, like most people would never ever guess that I'm a Capricorn, because my ascendant is Libra, or at least what I think. I've actually ordered my birth certificate. My mom told me that I was born between 11 and midnight, so that's what I put. I put like a 1113 because that's my lucky number, because it changes every 2 hours. So if your mom is like, well, I know it was right after 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but I don't remember if it was like 1:10 or 1:15, you were born between 1 and 2. That's what matters. So just put 1:15. But if your mom's like, I don't know, it was sometime in the middle of the night, that doesn't help. So if you don't know it, you don't know it. It's no big deal. But yeah. All right. Here we go. All right. Sass. Look at that shit. Look at that complicated shit right there. I just had to look and see what it was you asked. What do you need to know? What stands out? You a complicated person. That's what stands out. Look at all of this craziness, and look at all the retrogrades right here. Jeebus. Oh, Lord. Here's the thing that stands out the most. Okay, aside from that pickup stick jumble right there, and aside from all the retrogrades right here, this one, the Neptune being in retrograde in your 12th house. This is why you have had such major shifts in the way you see the world. This is why you've had major shifts in your spiritual path. It's why at one point in your life you were one way, and then you did this like super crazy 180 shift another way, and then a super crazy 180 shift another way, and then a super late. I mean, it's just like boom, 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 boom. That's why. That's why. And the fact that your Saturn is in Leo over there. And looky here, like it's tied directly in. Here's your Saturn. It's literally tied directly in to that. This is your life to be multiple, a multi-dimensional spiritual being. This is your life to experience tons of different ways to go forward spiritually. So seeing this and knowing you and knowing like some of your childhood stuff like that, it makes absolute perfect sense. Absolute perfect sense. So, absolute perfect sense. Your Vesta is also in retrograde right here, meaning that love is not really something that you value, that you process, that you not process, that you put at the forefront of things, relationship wise. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's not really something that is at the top of your list as far as things I have to accomplish in this life. Um, and here, right here, is why you want to always do all the things. Well, you have your personal power, your Jupiter in your cardinal signs, and you have your Saturn in a fire sign. This is why you can't sit still. This is why you are so pushed to do all of the things that you can't stand yourself. It's probably why you have problems sleeping. And I also like that your Saturn is over here in a fixed sign of getting things done. You are happiest when you have a pile of shit on your plate to do. You just you need it to be moving. See that 53% right here and this 46% right here? You are so happy when you have so much shit to do. But if you see that it starts to stop, it starts to be stagnant, and you just have this list, it physically hurts. Like it literally drives you crazy. So you have to have forward movement. You can't have it go stagnant. You can't have it stop. It has to move, 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 move. You are not happy with people that want to be stagnant. You are not happy with situations that are stagnant. You have to have movement. You have to have forward movement. Period. Period. So that's what stands out the most to me. That's what stands out the most to me. And also this right here, your Pluto being in retrograde in Libra, it affects your emotions in a really deep level, and it affects your communication in a really deep level, meaning that, and both, oh my God, both of those are Aries. No wonder you do some intensive ass shadow work. No wonder you are always looking at what you need to fix next. I got to look at something else now. Hang on. Hold on. Hold on. All the threes and all the zeros and all the nines. Okay. What I was looking at is some of the repeating numbers. So what that kind of tells me right there is that you feel the need to finish a lot of things in this life. You feel the need to finish a lot of things. Like all of this has to be done. And you don't know why. You feel like you're running out of time and you don't know why. All right. KelleyRae Green. I'm going to try to get through as many as I can. I've only got about 30 more minutes, and then I've got to take a little bit of a break and get some things done before 8:30. So yeah, I'm just letting you guys know, if I don't get to you this evening, I would plan to be on much earlier than I was today. It's been a day. So yeah, I'll be on here tomorrow doing all the readings too. Kelly, why did I think I had done your chart? All right. Well. Let's see here. Look at that. Look at that. Little Scorpio, you are all water. 5 Scorpio placements. 5. And then your personal power is in water and Pisces and tied into so many things. So the water thing stands out to me the most. But the other thing that stands out to me is this, where these are connected. These two right here, especially. So this is your Mercury and your Mars, your communication and your passion, your divine masculine. And then you also have this one. It is completely square with your emotions right there. Uh-huh. Interesting. Interesting. You're just a water baby. Just a water baby. So I would bet, Miss Kelly, that you get this rap of acting out on your emotions so much because having that many Scorpio placements, especially your most important aspects, your sun and your moon are Scorpios, and your communication is a Scorpio, and then your feminine and your masculine are Scorpios, like all of the things that govern who you are, and they're in the third and the fourth house. Like literally, if there was anything, a picture in the dictionary under Scorpio, it would be you. It would be this chart right here. I shit you not. But what I find interesting about it is this. You probably get this bad rap for having all of these Scorpio placements. But you're here with this Saturn being in retrograde up here in Cancer in your 11th house. You are literally here to be in a state of constant movement. And I think that you are probably drawn to people that are earth signs or fire signs, people that are continually grounded in who they are, people that are continually struggling to be more fluid. Does that make sense? I gotta look at this. So there's my friend the Green Witch who will be on this evening at 8:30. So y'all don't miss. Okay? Because we're gonna have some fun. Woo! You definitely do not like to procrastinate. You need shit done. Yeah. See here? Yep. Yes, I can turn it a little bit. Look at there. See that right there? You are in a constant state of being ungrounded. You feel like you're constantly in motion. You feel like you're constantly moving. You feel like you have to be change. Yeah. I would bet that you are more drawn to water signs than you are to anything else. I mean, not water signs, excuse me, earth signs. I'm looking at that big old chunk of water right there. All the water. Yeah. No, honey, you are so drawn to earth signs. It's not even funny. I mean, I fully appreciate this right here. You are a doer. You are absolutely a doer. And you rely on your intuition to get things done. So, yeah. I would also bet that your intuition is through the roof to the point that it hurts sometimes. Look at this. You want to see this crazy Scorpio stuff? Look here. Sorry, I'm showing my kid. Look at all the Scorpio placements right there. All of the major things that govern somebody. Sun, moon, divine masculine, divine feminine, and communication, all Scorpio. Like, my kid has pulled birth charts on every single person in the family.
I was about to say, I got a friend.
You got a friend like that with all the Scorpios?
I know someone at school that has all Scorpios.
Yeah, this right here, I was like, holy moly shit. All right. No, that's funny. That's funny. All right. Let me not yawn. Let me do the things here. All right. Tashana. Yeah, baby. I'm gonna be on here until 6:30 and then I'll be done for a little bit. And then you have to talk to me. So for those of you guys that were curious about getting tickets, this is my list from last night that I'm finishing because, like I said, I need an adult to proofread my things. I usually only do, depending on what it is, like 25 to 30 readings a night. And I put 45. I put 45. Kay's already gone, but I'll tell him. All right, Miss Tashana, you ready? So there you are, Kelly. How are you? So the thing I noticed the most about yours, let me put up words. Words are getting hard. What do you need to know? All right. So the thing that stands out, everything is right here. Everything is right there. I mean, you have all those Sagittarius placements, and that's a little crazy. That's a lot crazy. But here's what's interesting. Okay. You guys want to see my chart? I'll show y'all my chart here in a minute. I showed everybody last night. I just didn't tell you it was my chart. So the thing that stands out the most to me, Tashana, is that almost all of your placements are in your second, third, and fourth house. That is your family. That is your foundation. That is what's important to you. What you feel makes you you. The fact that your Venus is in Capricorn right here. You are so protective of those people that you care about. You are the person that would give up yourself for someone else. If you cared about that person, you would give up everything you could for that person. Being that your sun and your moon and your Neptune, wow, are in your fourth house. Your goals, the things you want to do revolve around the people that you care about. The things that you want to do, the things that make you you revolve around your foundation. So they're seeing that your moon is there. There's a lot of trauma from when you were building that foundation, when you were younger that has never been taken care of. And so that's what's affecting you the most. Okay. Yeah. So your sun and your moon being parallel and separating right there, those are two aspects of you that it's almost like are being pulled apart, if that makes sense. Who you are now and who you were a long time ago are kind of being pulled apart. The people that you care about is what makes you you. And you're very, very cautious with so Sagittarius are very cautious with who they give their love to. They might seem on the outside like they're friends with everybody, like they give their love to everybody, but they don't. They don't. They're guarded. They're very guarded. Now, once you're in, you're not getting out. You're not getting out. You're in. Like that's it. Once you're in the inner circle, you're in. That's what stands out the most to me about your chart. So if anybody says that you're this crazy complicated person, You can remind them you're actually not. Okay. All right. So let's look at this. All right. So first of all, here's this fire aspect right here. And your next biggest section is earth, meaning that you need to do the things. Okay. But what really stood out to me just now, thank you for the flowers, love, is that right there. This. See how your sun sign is mutable? That tells me that you are pretty much here to end things, to I'm trying to think of the best way, because end things is not the right thing. You are here to be a part of endings. You are here to embrace the change and to help things stop, help things be done with. Your cardinal sign being a moon, you actually revolve around your emotions. Oh, your Saturn's in the cardinal sign too. Okay. Cardinal sign too. It means that, hang on. I want to look. Oh, wait. Let's go back to this one. I like this better. It's a little easier for me to see. I ain't got my glasses on. Okay. So you are here to not only end a bunch of things and help end things and be a part of the endings of things, but you're also here to bring balance to those endings. Does that make sense? Because see, this is in Libra. So that's why. Yeah. That's why. Yeah. I'm glad that you are enjoying the background music there. So what I'm listening to is, let's see what channel this is. Calm Whale. Aura Cleanse with Aquarius, New Moon, Chinese New Year 2023, Singing Bowls. So, yeah, I was enjoying listening to it earlier. And so that's why I figured it needed to be on the background. So, yeah. I just love you right back. All right. So, Mckenna Wilson. Let's see. I'm going to do Mckenna Wilson and see how long that takes me. And then I might get to Liz. If not, I'll have to finish Liz, Barb, Daisy, Sarah, Elizabeth. Yeah, some of everybody else. I cannot talk. I legit just, I don't know. I gotta get my brain straight before I actually have to like talk about things seriously tonight. Right? All right. All right, Mckenna. What do you need to know? What stands out? Whoa, you're a beacon. All right. Hold on. You are absolutely a beacon. Look at that. Look at that. I guess I could move you over. Ka-cha. There we go. Not only are you a beacon, but the two things that you're a beacon for, Neptune and Uranus, giggity, are both in retrograde when you were born. The other thing that is a beacon there is your Pluto. Oh, you draw broken people. Okay, Mckenna. Honey, you are a beacon for broken. You are a beacon for people that never feel good enough, that never ever feel like they're pretty enough, they're handsome enough, they're enough. Like you are constantly having to reassure the people in your life that they are enough. And I don't think anybody reassures you that you are enough, because look at how this is tied into all these major aspects of you. Then up here, you draw in people that have no ambition, that have no goals, that have no drive. It's like they don't know what they want to do in life. And at first, you try to help them find out what they need to do, because that Aquarius aspect up there, you want to fix that for them. You want to help them find their light, help them find their path. And then when they decide that they're not really going to find their path, like, you get frustrated with them really easy and cut shit off. So, honey, you're a beacon. You're a complete beacon. Yeah, you're a complete beacon. And you're always going to be. So it's going to be up to you whether you decide to help everybody that comes along in your path, or whether you only help certain people. And here's the thing, this Leo aspect of you down here, being your personal power and your sun, you feel the need to fix everybody and everything until you don't. Let me tell you why I said it that way. I love you, Leos. Okay. Always preempt anything I say Leo wise about with that. I have birthed 2 of you and I've raised 3 of you. I know how you are. You are all about everyone else until you're not, and then you're all about you. It is either one or the other. There's no in between. You are the most uplifting people for everybody else, and you are the hardest on your own self. It's crazy. So having your sun and your personal power and your divine masculine that need to kind of fix and move forward, all in Leo, and a lot of that is tied in with these beacon aspects, you literally feel like you have to fix everyone. And then when you get tired of trying to fix everyone, you cut everyone off. So I would say that you need a lot more balance in your life. You need this balance. Your moon and your Venus are both in Libra. There we go, right there. Feel the need to fix everything. Just saying what I'm saying. And then you have that 40% fire and that 40% air. You're able to really, really push forward, really push forward, and look at things very, very logically. But you feel almost ungrounded. And sometimes you value your logic over your intuition, and it gets you into trouble. Yeah. Mm. So there. So there. Goodness sakes, sweet pea. Goodness sakes. Yeah. You're absolutely a beacon, Mckenna, honey. But here's the thing, in knowing that and knowing that you're a beacon, Tiffany, I'm not going to get to anybody else. I'll have to do the rest of them tomorrow because my alarm is set for 6:30 and it's almost 6:30. So, Liz, you will be first on my list tomorrow. I promise, honey. I've got to get prepared for tonight. So, Mckenna, knowing that you're a beacon for it's okay, Tiff. It's okay. Don't stress about it, babe. Knowing that you're a beacon for all these broken people, broken things, it should help you see them coming. It should help you see them coming. And then you can decide, okay, do I have the energy to give to fix you or not? Or do I just need to like point you to some self-help books or some self-help videos or whatever? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So let me end my YouTube stream up here. I'm so glad